You want to know what it's like to own a tree company? Today we're going behind the scenes with Joshua Tree.
People don't look at tree work as being a very large revenue generating business until you start diving into what it can produce for you and your family.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, thanks. It's only a little scary when you're up there. Meet Josh, the founder of Joshua Tree, a tree care expert. Yes, what year did you start the business?
2005.
Okay. How old were you then?
I was 30.
Okay. Why'd you do it? What were you doing before then?
I wanted to start my own business. I was working in production, worked for about 8 years, and I did want to get into my own business, but I didn't know much about sales and management. So in 2000, I went and worked for a company down towards Philadelphia, and it was a smaller company. The guy wanted to grow the business. I had a bunch of certifications, and he wanted to start a spray department. And he's like, I want you to come over sell. I want you to start doing, get a plant healthcare line of business going. So I got over there. I was able to get some sales and management experience, and I knew at that point, I was like, I'm going to give you 5 years. I even told him that. I said, I'll give you 5 years. I want to go out on my own, and I stuck to it. There's a saying in this business, climb for show, spray for dough, and a lot of people just don't get that.
Okay.
So while you have, 100% of all tree care companies, will perform removal service, in this business, it's the one that we do at the cheapest rate. It's the biggest set of equipment. It's the most labor intensive to do. And they overlook what we call plant health care, and that's really more preservation of fertilizing trees, treating for insect disease management. We do that through spraying trees. We can put what they call systemic products in the soil that the roots absorb it and it translocates throughout the tree. We can do a direct trunk injection to the vascular tissue of a tree. So there's a lot of ways of administering it depending on the tree and the location, the property site, and what you're targeting to get. But very, very, even to this day, very minimal percentages of companies do that. So, my vision at that time was I wanted to get to like a 7-person company. I knew if I had 7 people and I was out selling, I was out maybe doing some production work, 1 or 2 days a week, having that back admin person, I knew I could make some really good money. And we got to 7 people within like 7-8 months or something like that. And it was like, all right, let's go back to the vision board. And it was just continue to grow from there. And I look at this business as, hey man, we're like a plant healthcare company that does general tree care. And if you can get that mindset on your salespeople, you can just drive a lot of revenue, a lot of profit. It's just so much safer. It's easier for scheduling, performing the service, and you just have a lot more client penetration. It's a program-based business, so you're there multiple times, 3 to 8 times a year, providing that type of service.
Back in 2005, he launched the business after 13 years of getting his hands dirty in every aspect of the business: production, management, and sales. Early on, he saw the value of doing things differently, less about the big, flashy tree removals, and more about sustainable, profitable plant healthcare. His journey started with adrenaline, literally. Skydiving, motocross, racing, a kid who found the same excitement up in the trees. From the weekend work in high school to full-time climbing at 18 years old, his ambition helped him rise through the ranks of the company he worked at.
Yeah, I was so eager, man. I remember going out on the first couple job sites. I'm like, get me up in them trees. I'm like, I can smoke these guys that you got working for you.
When he launched his own company, it was just him and another guy, but they had this vision to build a 7-person team that could crush it. And his company grew quickly. By year 3, he was shifting from the I do it to we do it mode, hiring a full-time arborist, implementing techs, and investing in better systems.
The first 3 years, man, you gotta go hard.
Yep.
If this is more of a hobby to you, it's gonna treat you like a hobby, man. You're not gonna perform well. But if you perform like, this is my lifestyle, this is my business, I'm gonna be accountable for it, you're gonna do really good.
take it.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, thanks. It's only a little scary when you're up there.
So preservation is really, everything outside of the removal. You can only remove a tree once.
Yep.
Focuses on preservation is, hey, we prune the tree every couple of years.
Okay.
So
yep.
less waste, maybe not having to get as big up into trees. So we really focus on, how can we interject those types of services where we want to go back year after year, build the rapport with the client, become more of that recurring revenue service, and also interject the other services of the plant healthcare. Again, we're trying to do, the Joshua Tree 3, which is the tree care, lawn care, and the pest control. That's our, we're always looking at client penetration.
Yep.
It's like, hey, have one client instead of having using marketing dollars on going out and finding new clients. How do you continue to interject and sell?
Yeah, new revenue client to the same. Yeah. Instead of other competitors are using, they can consolidate to you guys.
Yeah. And we educate our people very well through certification development, classroom training, where they go out, they can speak really well to a client.
This site is a 230-unit homeowners association. Joshua Tree handles everything here: lawn care, tree and shrub sprays, fertilizing, pruning 4 times a year. While other tree companies rely solely on tree removals, which are heavy, one time, Joshua emphasizes plant health care. This is higher margin, recurring, and better for everyone involved. This approach with each client coming at a full service mindset, tree care, lawn care, pest control. It's not just about acquiring new customers, but it's about deepening the relationships with the existing one. That is how they scale efficiently.
And it's like, I'd have to bring investors in to do that. I didn't want to lose control. So I knew partnering with franchisees as a partnership and bringing them into and improving their lifestyle and improving their revenue was something that we would do. And we just really had to tighten up our systems. And that's the one thing that we do here at Joshua Tree really good is like, hey man, we see a shiny object, we observe it, is it worth doing it? But we put really good thought and planning into doing it before we launch it.
Where do you see the business in the next 3 years?
High growth. Yeah, definitely. I think we're getting some really good traction, and our validators are really good. So we're able to really bring people into the system that want to change their lifestyle, want to become an entrepreneur and a business owner. And as we keep strengthening our vendor relationships throughout the country, we're able to get people up and launched from the time they sign. Within 120 days, they're up and running. Okay.
Like most companies, they wanted to grow, but scaling with capital-intensive equipment would have meant outside investors, and instead they chose franchising. And in 2019, they began refining their systems and operations to make that a reality. Their value proposition was this rare 3-in-1 brand with over 20 years of operational excellence. As of today, they've launched in cities across the country like Charlotte and Raleigh and Salt Lake City, Chicagoland, Pittsburgh, Texas, and more. And with the strong vendor networks and year-round service, new franchisees can be fully operational in as little as 120 days.
So this individual is on a program that we call the Arbor Shield program. Okay. So we'll be here. This is a property we'll be here 8 times a year.
Okay. So this is about a $2,000 a year or so? Or does it vary
with the different services, total cost of his program's at $1,800, but we're doing various services where we're doing the fertilizing. We're doing insect, as today we're doing some insect disease treatments on his property. We may do some other systemic insecticides in the soil. That the prices vary a little bit by round.
And you're saying statistically customers stay about 3 years. You mentioned earlier your customers stay longer.
We do.
Right? So the lifetime value of this customer might be significantly more.
So if we think about the life value of that customer of 12, 15 years and all the pruning work we've done here, the insect disease management we've done, obviously the life value is much higher. Over a 3-year period, when we look at our client penetration with all the services that we're doing, when someone's doing the Joshua Tree 3 in about a 3-year process, it's about $7,500 ticket. You look at a landscape like this, it's pretty packed with shrubbery, some hardscape, trees and shrubs. I mean, really the property, it's like, statistically, again, it says, outdoor space can make up 35% of your home value.
Yeah.
And the home values are usually the biggest investment for our clients that we have. And, we really have them focus on, how much value the landscape's adding. And then when it's healthy and vigorous and flush, it's going to continue to add, year over year.
Yeah, I know for my wife and I, was a big reason we bought our house was because of the landscaping and the trees. And, the previous owners had spent 20 years taking really good care of them. They look awesome. And so now we feel it's our responsibility to, maintain it and improve it. And so. For the franchisees, Joshua Tree isn't looking for a specific career background. What matters most is drive, leadership, and the ability to work hand in hand with their service team. Franchisees are taught how to build pipelines with local partnerships like roofers, realtors, lawn crews, contractors, all who become high-value referral sources. So talk to me about your ideal franchisee.
With the franchisees we have, it really doesn't matter what, they're coming from.
Yep.
They need to be driven. They need to set, super aggressive goals. They definitely need to have game time decision-making skills. They need to hold themselves accountable. They need to know how to manage people. Coming from a C-suite executive is really what we want. People that can come in, higher net worth, has some liquidity to put in the business.
Yep.
They're coming from C-suite, and working in the C-suite is way different than blue collar.
Yeah.
Blue collar, that's probably one of the biggest things that we need to coach on as we have people coming in the system, is that you have to talk to these people different. You can't micromanage them. You have to set expectations with them, hold them accountable. You got to give them positive feedback. You got to give them corrective feedback. But you got to give them, they need to understand why you're doing the business. They need to understand what their part in the business is. So someone that can communicate very well in regards to that is really good. And someone that's always, looking on how do they improve efficiencies and processes within their location. This is an industry where it's in tree care, if you are successful at sales, you're going to be successful.
Yep.
You need to be able to have the sales. You need to be able to have the leads to be able to go do that. But you also need to do some business development. Mostly in that first 120 days of launch, it's hey, we can put all the marketing out there, but you still need to get on the ground. What I mean? You got to have a ground game where it's hey, are you door hanging? Are you going to trade shows? Are you in networking groups? Are you, trying to introduce yourself to realtors and different home service? Every single home service contractor is a real referral base.
Yep.
Roofers that are out there, they need to trim trees away.
Yeah.
They don't do it. They hire someone. So it's get into with a couple companies on roofing. Lawn mowing companies, it's hey, do some referral back and forth. I'll pitch you for, to handle their lawn mowing, and you pitch me for the lawn application service. So every contractor out there is a referral partner.
All right, so then after they launch, or it's day one, hopefully you're launching with 3 weeks of work on the schedule. I guess, does that hold true? Are you seeing that?
It is.
In the new franchisees?
Yeah. It's, again, every market, we've had markets that launched with close to 5 weeks of work. We've had ones that have launched with just over 2 weeks of work. And that's just talking with owners saying, hey, what's working, what's not working? Let's move some marketing over here. Let's get a little bit better on a game plan for that ground marketing plan that we want to push through and have them do some more business development style stuff. Once we launch operations, we have an operations team member that's there for the week. And we're really there. It's the first day. It's, we're talking about the vision and culture of Joshua Tree. We're doing some slideshow. Then we go out to the yard and we're looking at all the equipment, making sure that they've hired their team. We want to ensure that their team is having the knowledge of how to operate different things. So we're going over the safety features of it. We're going over the inventory kits. And then really day 2 and 3, we're going out on the job sites. We're making sure that they're utilizing the equipment right, that they're providing quality service, that their safety is as high as it can be. We're always talking about safety and safety culture, since it's a business that has risk to it. We're performing our very first safety meeting during that week there. And then the last couple of days we're riding with the salesperson to make sure that, again, they're proposing the services we want. They're understanding and utilizing the CRM in a way that can benefit them.
So how much in revenue did you guys do in 2024?
Total was almost 7.5.
7.5 million?
Yep.
Was that the best year you ever had?
Yeah, it's the best year we had. It was the best net profits that we ever had. Once franchisees are paying all their fees, they're at 22%.
Okay, so for a franchisee, 22% after royalties and
correct.
Whatever other fees
brand
are in
fund,
that.
tech fees, contact center.
One of Joshua's most effective local marketing strategies is trade shows. These booths don't just drive awareness, they convert. Their approach is built on trust. Let prospects come to you, start a real conversation, and schedule a visit on spot. Franchisees are trained to deploy the same strategy, where the goal isn't just generating leads, it's about filling their pipeline with actual work to keep them busy year round.
We love trade shows, man. It's brand exposure. We see a lot of current clients at trade shows, but we're also booking a lot of appointments. And we're not hounds out there. We're not sitting there and trying to get them. We want them to come to us because we know that once they come in, we know that they're
your people
legit,
are friendly. And
they're legit about asking questions, and we're just kind of positioning like, hey, what's a good time to get out there? It's best if we take a look at it. Talking through it, I can't give you a price or an estimate, just by what we're talking. It's like, let me get out there, let's meet out there and take a look at it.
So do franchisees all start with this strategy? Is it part of the
They
marketing?
do, yeah. When they come out, mostly, in the springtime, it's like, that's the best time.
Yeah.
So when you're launching in the spring, it's like, get out there, do your show. And then it comes back in the fall again, where it's like, hey, now you're booking appointments to, again, build that backlog for the wintertime.
AI is a core part of Joshua Tree's customer service strategy. Their custom-built AI agent answers overflow calls, gathers key client information, and soon will handle full appointment booking. This data feeds directly into their marketing and CRM platforms, triggering nurture sequences and all this stuff based on their needs. The results are faster response times, fewer missed leads, and happier, more efficient customers and internal team. With month-over-month improvements, the system is evolving fast, and the leadership team believes it'll soon be handled quoting and even selling, putting Joshua Tree years ahead of the curve in the home service space. Yeah, so tell me about the AI that you guys are using.
I think we're in an age where if you're not embracing AI right now, you're gonna be left in the dust. We launched an AI agent about 2 months ago, and we've put a lot of time into developing this AI agent that's handling all of our overflow calls, our weekend calls that would normally go to voicemail. So we've trained this to be able to do the client gathering of information. We're now going into a second level where it's going to start doing appointment booking for us. Once that call goes through, the information is gathered, it's getting dumped into our marketing platform, which is now synced directly to our CRM. So any calls that come through from different locations, that call comes right into our marketing that we can start a short-term nurture marketing platform with them, and then it goes directly into the CRM of the location of where the call came from. And I can say, month over month, it continues to get better. And I'm going to say year over year, we're going to be doing some really revolutionary stuff in our industry that's not being used right now.
Cool, let's give it a shot here.
Thank you for calling Joshua Tree Experts. I'm Emily, the AI receptionist. Who am I speaking with today?
Hey Emily, my name is Roger Rabbit.
Nice to meet you, Roger. What can I help you with today?
I need to get a tree removed at my house.
Got it. I'll make sure to pass along a detailed note for our team to get back to you. Is there anything else you'd like me to mention to them?
It's in my backyard.
Thanks for that info. Just to make sure I have everything, let me collect some quick contact details from you. What's your full service address, including city and zip code?
It's 123 Main Street, Allentown, PA, 18052.
Perfect. So that's 123 Main Street, Allentown, Pennsylvania, 18052.
Yep.
What's the best email address to reach you?
Roger@Rabbit.com.
Just to confirm, that's roger@robert.com, right?
Sure.
Great. And what's the best phone number to reach you at, Roger?
215-555-1797.
Thanks. So that's 215-555-1797. I've logged your message, and someone from our team will get back to you as soon as possible. Do you have any additional questions for me today?
Nope, that'll be all.
Awesome. Thanks for calling, Roger. Have a great day.
Thanks,
Ending
Emily.
the call now.
Yeah, it's good. Sounds like a human.
You don't know. It gets conversational.
And if you enjoyed this episode and want to learn more about Joshua Tree, click the link below. My team will connect you to their team and help you through the process. We provide you with checklists and weekly calls and lots of resources to give you confidence in finding a brand that you love.